Continuing the trend of totally sensible and not at all confusing names, Indiana Mall gets its name because it's in Pennsylvania. Okay, joke aside, there is a town in Pennsylvania called Indiana. Has a pretty good pub downtown, though while their mall isn't particularly great tenant-wise, I am quite fond of the older look to it. So for the 4 or 5 people in my audience that also like these old school malls, this one is for us. Indiana Mall was officially opened on October 1st, 1979 under Zamias Services, a name in mall development that doesn't come up often outside of Pennsylvania. Their original anchor lineup would consist of Sears, Kmart, JCPenney, and the Bon-Ton, and you could expect to shop at places like Foxmore, Chess King, Joann, CVS, Aladdin's Castle, Marlin's Shoes, and Kirk's Men's Shop, just to name a few places. The mall even hosted space for a movie theater which, while it has changed names over the years, is still open, at least as of the making of this video. Malls used to serve double duty as a sort of community hub as well as the commercial center of the old days. And Indiana Mall had its own share of community events. In fact, Indiana Mall was doing shows and programs before the mall itself was finished and officially opened. I presume these were hosted as simple fairs in the lots. You'd also find the occasional film festival at the theaters, which I thought was kinda interesting. The mall would just continue along through its life, seeing tenants come and go, though the mall never received any official updates. In fact, I'll say this with a reasonable amount of confidence for once in my life and say that this is original. Sure, it's a dated look, but you never see fountains or planters in malls anymore. At least the kiosks are few and far between. Although the day I was here, all the tables and chairs set up made me wonder if there was an expo or flea market event to be held within the next few days, or if I had just missed it. Now, today, the mall is clearly struggling, although I'd say it's doing a little bit better than other malls I've been to. In fact, occupancy seems to have stabilized relatively for what is nowadays a Kohan mall with Zamias still around as management. Where once was Bon-Ton is now Dunham Sports, Sears has been replaced by Kohl's, though it would be nice if they didn't shut themselves off from the mall, and while JCPenney still holds up, Kmart remains empty. Sure, Kmart is barely noticeable on the back end, but empty anchors need to be dealt with. And with discount stores going the way of video stores, it's going to require more radical ideas to be executed for these places. I would give some ideas, but with Kohan at the helm, I doubt any of those would ever even be acknowledged. And when I do entertain solutions, people get angry at me anyway. I guess people would rather sit at home living off of Amazon and Uber Eats, or worse, Temu. Now, I'm no stranger to staying at home. Video games are a lot more fun than human interaction, but I still like doing some weird things like going outside, going shopping, or hiking, and dare I say, touching grass. And since I had to learn that scams are far more prolific on Amazon nowadays, there's something about being able to physically interact with a product you intend to buy. Though I will concede that it is pretty hard to find a computer parts store that isn't Walmart or Best Buy. And that's where we stand. A dated but charming looking space that is in need of some fresh ideas, and at minimum a better owner. I tend to not talk about the shady practices of some of these companies, much to the chagrin of others, because 1, we'd be here forever, 2, people are already sick of my voice, and 3, frankly it's a topic that deserves its own video with hard information, not copy pastas. And that is something that, I will admit, is beyond me. I just like visiting these places. Until next time, Indiana, Pennsylvania, this is Doomie Grunt wishing you, and your local mall, farewell, and good luck in the future.